welcome to the shop. I have noticed in the comment section and emails that have been sent to me that there are a lot of new starts out there and a lot of people that don't know too much about CNC routers and that would like to know. So this is the first real job that I'm doing with this newly finished CNC router, so I thought I would start everybody off from the very beginning and show you how to use one of these. Now, I do notice everybody's a little bit afraid about G-code and coordinate systems. Well, they're very simple really, and follow along with me and I'll show you all about it. So the first thing to do is to get our piece of material on the bed nice and square. So I've just got a T-square here. You can either put them in the slot provided to lock the material down. I mean, that's pretty square. Or you can measure off the front edge of the machine to get it perfectly level in the X. Okay. Across the bed that way is X. Down the bed that way is Y. And of course the spindle, that's the router head here, up and down is Z. Okay, so we get this square and we put our clamps on. I've already got a couple on the back here. They're firm. So what you normally get is what they call a T-slot bolt, and what you need to do is slot it in like so. Undo it a bit, but get a corresponding piece of material that is the same height as the material you're going to cut, or slightly bigger. Now this is 1 millimeter thicker than that. This is 18 millimeter and this is 19 millimeter. It is preferable to have the nose of the clamp angled slightly down, okay, because the vibration of the machine, if you had it, I see a lot of people on the internet having the clamps like this, angled like this. Well, what happens is with the vibration of the machine, the wood slips out. So if you do it properly first time, you won't have any trouble. So we'll tighten that one down. Having placed our material securely on the table, it's now necessary to home the CNC router, and you do that by pressing the Ref All button on Mach 3. And the Ref All button in this screen set of Mach 3 is just down here in the bottom corner, and the CNC router will automatically reference all the axes. So what I just did there, referencing the axes, was getting Mach 3 to send each individual axis up to what's known as the home switches. Now, all that's doing is allowing the computer to understand, or Mach 3, to understand, well, this is the extremity of the table. So when you set up Mach 3, or when it's been done for you, the measurements taken from here to here and just logged into Mach 3. So then Mach 3 knows that this carriage can travel in the X amount of distance in all the axes. Okay, so this is just a reference point, and it's technically called the machine home. This position is the machine home 00. And this is also the position with a CNC router where you carry out a tool change, because it's very convenient over in this corner and off the table and up high. You can do it very easily. So I'm going to put this 1/2 inch or 12.7 millimeter 2-flute cutter in to do a roughing cut in this piece of work. So this is what's commonly known as an ER20 collet. I'll just take it off. All a collet is a very precise chuck or interchangeable chuck. So this is an ER20. It just goes in there like that. Goes in on the end of the shaft. There's 2 tapers, one here, one here. So when this squeezes up in here and onto the shank of the tool, okay, it squeezes in very, very tightly and holds it very accurately on the shaft of the tool. These are very sharp, so watch your fingers. And you do this up firmly. You do not have to over tighten this. Just because it's a big nut on here doesn't mean to say you've got to reef on it really tight. Just squeeze it up firm, very firm like that. Perfect. Okay, so I've got a cross on here for the center of the material. Now, when I did the program in Carveco, I made the program orientation, or the start of this job, the program, in the center of the material. This particular job, I just find it easier to do that. So what I'm going to do is jog over. Jog means to move the axes over to this center here, and I'm going to line this tool up with this cross for the start of the program. That's moving a little fast, so I'm just going to slow the speed down. That's better. Just taking it fairly close to the material. Okay. So what I'm doing is lining up this cutting surface here and this one here with the line in the Y direction first. Okay, that's pretty good. Do the same in the X. That's okay as well. I'm going to slow it down even further. Now you do that just in one of the windows in Mach 3. You just alter it by a percentage. I've just altered it to 1%. Now the easiest method to find out this tool height in relation to the material is just put a piece of paper underneath and just move it slightly and bring the tool down until it just grabs the paper. There you are, just grabbed it there. So you can safely say that that is now on the top of the material. And then I'll show you what to do. There are two things we need to do now. And because we've homed our machine, we come to the soft limits and turn them on. This is just a safety precaution that the machine doesn't go bashing itself into past where it should go, then, shall we say. And then, as we have positioned our tool in the start of the job, right, this is commonly known as the work offset. Now just 0, 0, 0, the X, Y, and Z. So after you've done that, it's necessary to lift the tool in the Z up off the material, like so, just a ways, and in this case it's about 20 millimeters. Another safety precaution. Okay, so what we have just done there is the computer has brought the router head over to the machine 0 coordinate, or homed the machine. Then we took the router head over with the correct tool in it to the correct location of where we need to start the program running, which we previously set up in Carveco. Okay, so maybe it's all tying in with you now. So the next job we're going to do is put the first roughing cut into Mach 3. So we come here to File, top right hand corner up here, press that, load G-code. Now it's on the desktop. Let's cut 2, cut 1, here we go. And we're going to load this. And there it is in the viewing window here. So a good practice to have then is go to the regen, which is just here, just on this bottom corner, and press that. Now Mach 3 rejigs itself, checks everything and makes sure everything that is okay. And if there was a problem, a message would come up in the box down here saying that there's a problem. But everything looks a-okay. So now we're about ready to start the cut. Okay, here we go. I'm actually starting the program at 50% of running speed because I just want to be sure that everything goes according to plan. Here we go.